YouTube, what's going on? Back again on Saturday night. We're getting ready to watch The Goonies with the family. My daughter haven't seen it yet. She's almost 7. And last week introduced her to the Never-Ending Story. So this week we're going to introduce her to The Goonies. But I've been wanting to do this video for a while. And there's only 6 cars, so figured I'd whip this out real quick and then wrap up my diecast day. So this is going to be a Kyosho Ferrari showcase. Now, Kyosho has put out over 100 different Ferraris. Now, I know some of the castings have been duplicated, but they're on Ferrari 12, I think, or it might even be higher than that. And I don't know which of the 6 that I have, I don't know, which is from which series. But it seems like with each series that they put out, the detail gets better. Some of the early Ferraris that they did don't look all that great to me. Especially when compared to some of the later Ferraris that they put out. So this is a Ferrari F355 Spider. Ridiculously nice, this car. All of these cars, really. I mean, they're so well done that if you didn't have a scale reference, they would look 1 to 24, maybe 1 to 18. They're very, very nice. And all of the details are, it's like lens headlights, lens tail lights. Even the interiors on these are highly, highly detailed. They may not show very well, being the darker colors, but they are very well detailed. The wheels on these cars, they're all prototypical OEM wheels. So this is the F355 Spider. One thing you'll notice, or one thing I noticed with all of these Ferraris, when you get them all out next to each other, the side view mirrors on these cars, they're really unique. Like, Ferrari definitely has a unique way of doing their side view mirrors. So they're all good rollers for the most part. Street's a little uneven here, but yep, there you go. F355. That one is probably one of my top 3 of the 6 that I have, but they're all very, very nice. This one is the only black one. It's probably not going to show too well, but it looks amazing in person. Really, really, really nice displaying black car. Sometimes these black cars in this scale don't really display very well. And that's definitely not an issue with this. This car has such sexy lines. I mean, it really, really looks good. Wow. All of these cars came out in multiple different colors. Now, the red ones seem to be the ones that everybody wants. Everybody wants red Ferraris. Personally, there are some that I would prefer in red. I had this one in red and black, and I let go of the red one in a trade because I thought the black one looked better, and I don't regret it. So, I don't know, it's just whatever your preference is. It also has a lot to do with the price, because sometimes these cars are really cheap and sometimes they're really expensive. For example, this LaFerrari that you're looking at, I bought for $8 shipped on eBay. And the same guy that sold it has a bunch of them, because he's still, and I bought it a year ago, he still has some for $8 shipped. So if you want to start your Kyosho collection for under $10, this is a great car to do it on, because you can get it for $8 shipped on eBay. And it's a beautiful casting. I mean, it's got rubber tires with tread. It has lens headlights and taillights. The detail is exceptional. It's hands down, far and away the nicest LaFerrari produced in the scale. The only other companies that I know of that did it was Hot Wheels and Maisto. And this one is far nicer than both of those. So, but look at the side view mirrors on this car. They look kind of silly, but if you have ever seen one of these cars, these are accurate. That's how the mirrors are on this car. So, it's a really, really nice, really well done execution of the replication. So that's the LaFerrari. This one here is another one that Hot Wheels has done. And I think actually Maisto did this one as well. Neither one of those companies did it nearly as well. This is the 599 GTO. I think it's 599 GTO. I know it's 599. Yep, 599 GTO. And this is the only red Ferrari that I have. It is a really cool car. Like, no matter what angle you look at these cars at, there's no bad angle. There's no stance issues. There's never an angle that makes the car look kind of off. You get that with pretty much all the other brands. M2, Greenlight, Auto World. Auto World to a much lesser degree, but you really don't get it at all with Kyosho. I think when it comes to stance, I think Kyosho is the best at getting the stance right, even better than Tomica Limited Vintage. You can tell that they really put an emphasis on getting the stance correct. Wheels never set inside the wheel wells. You never have like weird spacing or weird gaps between the tire and the fender. It's always on point. And that's just Kyosho. They just do it better than anybody. So there's your 599 GTO. So the next car is going to be another 599, but this one's a little bit more souped up. This is the 599 XX Evo. Hot Wheels did the 599 XX. They actually made a Super out of it twice. But this one here, the Evo, is a little bit more souped up, I think. I'm pretty sure it's a totally different tooling. Yeah, it's a totally different tooling from the GTO. Not even the same tooling. So Because with the Evo, the ground effects are a little bit different. There are some fender vents on the front fender that are different. The front bumper is different. And there are some other differences as well. The side view mirrors are very different. And the detail is so good. I mean, if you look in the grill there, as tiny as that little horse is, you can see it with the naked eye and make out exactly what it is. It's kind of like, you know, the Mustang on the front of the old 65, 66, 67 Ford Mustangs. It's a very distinctive symbol. When you see it, you know exactly what it is. It's kind of how the Ferrari horse is. The wheels on this, I think the wheels are, yeah, even the wheels are different. Kind of similar, but different. Well, hold on a second. Yeah, similar but different. Definitely not the same wheels. But yeah, this thing is so sharp. Look at that silhouette. Wow. Beast of a car. That right there is phenomenal. The little gas cap there. Now this one I've noticed has blacked out taillights. So I'm guessing that that's just how the car is. So that is your 599XX Evo, or EVO. And then the last two, I didn't really mean to do this, but they're both going to be the same color. This one is... This is the Ferrari 512 BBI. Excellent rolling car. It's probably the best roller of all of these. Well, either this one or the next one. So this one, I had the blue one, and I was in the market to track one of these down for Champion DJK. And I came across this silver one, and after seeing it in person, I kind of cheated him a little bit. Said, hey, I'm going to keep the silver one. I'll send you the blue one. Because this car... The blue one actually looks really good. To the naked eye, the blue one looks as good as the silver one. But I think for like pictures and videos and stuff like that, the silver one definitely looks better just because of the brighter color. But when you're looking at them both, you know, on display or something in person, they actually both look equally nice, equally detailed. It's just on camera where the silver one stands out. This is another sexy car. All these cars are sexy, though. There's really just goes without saying. This is an older Ferrari. In fact, this is the oldest model of all of these. I don't know if this was a late 70s car or early 80s maybe. Kind of reminds me of the 288 GTO or even the 308 a little bit. but I think it's a bigger car than both of those. But it is definitely an awesome car. So the Black LaFerrari you can get for $8 shipped. I don't honestly know the going rate for any of these other cars. With premium import diecast like TLV and Kyosho and Konami and all the other import brands, there's so much variance. Sometimes you can find them for cheap, and other times people are asking $50, $60. So you just got to keep looking, and then eventually you'll find one at a price that you like. But I think on average, I think $15 is probably like a medium price for a Kyosho Ferrari of any kind. Some of them can get way up there. But I love this car too. Another great silhouette. All of these Ferraris, though, have really nice silhouettes. And then this last one, this is a 430 Scuderia. I don't know how to say that correctly, but another awesome profile and gorgeous little car. If you get the right light on this car, then the lines really stand out. This is all of these cars really, but this one especially, it looks like it was carved by I don't know, some fancy artist carving it out of clay. Just the lines are just, they have so much like character. You just don't see that with American cars. I mean, really, the only American cars that I think really have character, like mass-produced American cars, the new Challengers look really good since they brought it back, but it's so much based off of the original. And same thing with the Camaro. I think that those look really good, but other than that, there just aren't. I guess I would. The Corvettes are nice though. I really like what they did when they redesigned it. The new one, it has much more of an Italian look to it. And one of these days, when somebody makes a new one, Hot Wheels has done it, but I would like a premium brand. I would love to see Greenlight do it. Then I can do a video to show you guys what it is that I'm talking about. Or maybe at some point I'll dig out the Hot Wheels, because Hot Wheels has both, and I could do a true side-by-side comparison. But outside of those cars, they're, the Mustang's gotten a lot better too, I have to say. It's a lot bigger. It seems a lot longer than it's ever been, but it has some really nice lines to it. So that's about it though. The Mustang, the Vet, the Camaro, and the Challenger. Outside of those four, there really aren't any. There are some unique American cars, like the Ford Flex is kind of unique. It's like a big box. But for me, for the most part, I'm an import guy. I personally like the Japanese stuff, preferably Toyota, but I do like Honda and Nissan a lot as well. I would drive any of those. I can tell you this, my wife has a Chevy Malibu, and we bought it brand new a few years ago. I don't think I'll ever buy another Chevy car. This one has a really sexy ass here in the back. This one might have the best ass of all of these cars. I don't know though, the LaFerrari has a really nice ass. Let's do a little side by side here. For me, it would be between these two. But I think I'd have to give it to the LaFerrari. Every little detail is accounted for from Kyosho. They really put the time and effort into designing these cars. Not just designing them, but, you know, producing them, bringing the details to life, and doing it within whatever their production limitations are and whatever their budget limitations are. They definitely got it done. I wish Greenlight could step their game up a little bit with that kind of thing, because they're putting out so many new castings that it's like you really can't afford to miss on any of them. And they missed so badly with the 240Z that makes you nervous. You know, like I'm really nervous about the 510. I think it looks good. I think it's going to be pretty good, but I'm nervous about it. And same thing with the Hakosuka Skyline, which we're not going to see until probably midsummer. But they just can't miss. They missed on the 240, and they missed badly on that car. And so they really can't miss on any more. Especially the import stuff, you know. They don't do a lot of import stuff, and people want it, and people want it to be right. They don't want it to be goofy as hell like that 240 is. I mean, it really just looks awful. So, anyways, there you go. Kyosho, Ferrari. Start your collection today. Hop onto eBay, grab yourselves that black LaFerrari for $8, and then work your way from there. Kyosho, by the way, they do a lot of Japanese cars. They do a lot of European cars as well. They make some really nice Lamborghinis. They make some really nice Alfa Romeos. They make really nice Audis. But they also make really nice Hondas and Toyotas, and some of the best Skylines that are out are Kyosho Skylines. So it's a great brand to collect. I know every time I do these videos, I get people complaining about how expensive they are, and it's like, you know, you get what you pay for. If you want a cheap car, buy a Hot Wheels and you'll have a cheap car. If you want a nice model replica, buy a Kyosho or buy a Tomica Limited Vintage, and you will have a nice model replica. Cheap cars aren't good, and good cars aren't cheap. It's just like anything else in life. And you just have to prioritize your collection and what you want to do and how you want to do it. But anybody that says, I can't afford to collect Kyosho or I can't afford to collect Tomica Limited Vintage is full of it. That's not true. Unless you have less than 25 Hot Wheels in your collection. If you have less than 25 Hot Wheels in your collection, then yes, it's probably true. But if you have 25 Hot Wheels or more, it is not true. You just get less. You know, it's just different, but it just depends on what you want, you know. If you want to collect Hot Wheels, collect Hot Wheels. But it's a lot less fulfilling, it's a lot less gratifying than collecting stuff like this. Collecting stuff like this is so much more fun for me. Alright. Well, there you go. You guys all have a good Saturday night. Have a good Sunday. I probably will not be back tomorrow, but I have some packages on the way, so there will definitely be some videos this upcoming week with some eBay stuff and probably a few other things as well. And so, yeah. Y'all have a good rest of your weekend. I'll holler at you later.